If there's one thing I love in this life, it's a little creature, a little guy in fact, just a little scrunkle that I can keep in my pocket. And if there's one thing I hate, it's Animal Crossing villagers that have done me wrong, so much so to the fact that I think I'm a national threat to most Nintendo designers. Today, I decided to give my opinion on something absolutely nobody asked for, and tell you what I think the top 50 Animal Crossing villagers would be if they were a Pokemon. Here, I also have the 18 Pokemon types, and before you get mad at me, I did not sort them by the amount that I like them. In fact, I like all of them equally except for ground. I don't like ground types. Leave me alone. Alright, die mad about it, I don't care. I don't know who selected these as the top 50 Animal Crossing villagers, and I feel like it's none of my business. I feel like this was the doing of an eldritch god or something and I shouldn't ask questions, but we have an assortment of villagers here. I don't really care if they are the top 50, they are 50 of them, okay? I really don't have any good ranking system here, and I did sort these guys together, but I am going to be disambiguating everything. Don't worry, I wouldn't leave you with fairy or psychic. I will be telling you in great detail because I cannot shut the fuck up ever. I should stop talking actually. This is a great segue. I should stop talking and I should do the video. What do you think about it? You think that would be a good idea? Do you think that would be a good job? I think so. Let's go. The first villager we have here today is Audie. Audie is a very interesting first one because I feel like she could be so many different things. Psychic type comes to mind immediately because all the psychic types are bad fucking bitches. Have you seen Hatterene? Hatterene could destroy your bank account credit in 2 seconds by looking at it. She would dissolve all your riches like Cleopatra's pearl in vinegar and drink it right in front of you just to make you mad. And I feel like Audie has the same idea but in a little bit of a peppier, nicier way. But I would also see her as a bit of a kinder, more electric human being. So I could see her as an electric type. But I think the problem with her being an electric type, I just don't see this woman being weak against ground. Like, she could dig her paws into the dirt and be fine. She's not afraid of that. I don't see her being weak to that. I'm gonna go with psychic for her. I mean, the winged eyeliner just gives me something that only Gothita could do. Audie is my fucking beloved, okay? Leave her alone. I don't have her on my island. I never will again, but I want her to be protected at all costs. She would be in the new psychic Pokemon gym for sure. I mean, that girl Tulip would absolutely adore her. Keep Audie safe from her though. I bet she will be used to become a marketable piece of makeup. Next we have Bo, who is funnily enough the weirdest little man I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. He gives me so many different vibes. I feel like he could be anything at this point. He has the most conflicting aura I've ever felt in my life. It's somewhere between like moral ambiguity and also complete lack of self-awareness that I just cannot tell. It's a very different life that he leads. This motherfucker has so many different layers to him. I could peel him back like a croissant. I'm not gonna put any of the lazy villagers in bug unless I absolutely feel like I have to because that's too easy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going with vibes only. And as much as these people talk about bugs, I would definitely give Bo a ground type. I think that this guy lives in the ground. I think that he would sit on the dirt and live in the ground, and that is important to me. He is not tough enough to be steel. He would never go near something poisonous unless it was a dish soap that he decided to drink at one point, I feel. And he's not normal enough to be normal. We both know that. He's a very sinister man deep down, but that's okay. And I know I just said I don't like ground types, but he's an exception. Okay, I don't like most ground types. I like some ground types. Leave me alone. Thank you, Bo, for being our ground type representative. I hope you're happy. I feel like he would fit really well in like Heart Gold. He just gives off Heart Gold vibes. I would meet him in Heart Gold, and I appreciate that for him. Your contribution to society is more than enough every single day. We love you. Bob. We have Bob on this day. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? There are only a few very specific spots he could go into, and I think people are going to be mad at me for where I put him, and I'm sorry about that, but I cannot control the urges in my brain, nor can I control the person down the street who keeps running by on his fucking motorcycle. If you don't calm down, I swear. Why do people ride their motorcycles like tomorrow's the last day of their life? I love a good motorcycle. I would love to ride a motorcycle. Your name is Mike and you live 3 doors down. I need you to understand that you are not God. Bob is an enigma. Bob is something that you cannot contain. If you tried to stop him, he would turn into a biblically accurate angel, and that makes me feel very fearful, in fact, but I respect it in a way. He is the manifestation of your darkest fears. You remember when that used to be like a big horror trope that your darkest fears would come out and scare you? He's that, but I feel like he doesn't even intend to be that. He just is. Bob is very important to me, and he's very important to the community. He's giving so many counselors jobs right now, and it's really good to know that. I look into those sly eyes. I look at them. I see that smug smile, and I'm trying to think here. Is that the face of a dark type? And you might say yes. I say no. I say that Bob is a dragon type. I say that Bob is gonna fuck you up like Altaria will, and Altaria is my favorite Pokemon. I want this guy to unleash his full power like a legendary. I think he would be the cousin of Miraidon. I really do. This guy is gonna fuck you up. He has so many bad intentions, but they manifest in only very neutral ways. It's an interesting phenomenon, and I would really like to study him. Good for you, Bob. Cherry. Oh, This is gonna be really hard for me because I feel like she would fit into a lot. My immediate response is obviously Dark, but I feel like there is something else here. I feel like Dark wouldn't be her favorite Pokemon type, and I feel like she would also be a bit of a different move set than anybody else in the Dark family, which could be an interesting way to say that she is a very special Dark type and she is used in a lot of teams, or it could be a way to say, fuck you, I do what I want. And I think I'm gonna choose the second one, and I'm gonna put her in Poison. She just gives very venomous vibes, but I feel like in a very emo way, you know? Thank you for the venom, stream My Chemical Romance. Cherry reminds me of somebody who would have a lot of space in her heart for Salazzle and Salamence. She seems like a good caring mother of Toxel, and I appreciate that. We need more of you. Cherry seems like somebody who would have so much vitriol on this earth, and she would be able to really command poison type Pokemon in a way that nobody else could. Coco. Alright, you know what? No, I am gonna be stereotypical with this one. I'm sorry, she has to go in Ghost. She's a gyroid, and gyroids are memorial figures, right? She has to go. She is a haunted vessel, and she would be perfect. She's like Sinisty's adorable little cousin. That would be such a good idea for a Pokemon too. Just like a gyroid themed Pokemon. I know they can't do that, but like, wouldn't you want to see it? And I believe she would be a pretty big popular Pokemon. You remember when Spectrier was super popular for a while? She's like the new age Spectrier. Coco is providing invaluable resources to the ghost type community. Can you believe it? She's literally just dead and floating around. I love it. Her Pokedex entry is awful. It's terrible. It's worse than any creepypasta you've ever seen, but Nintendo was like, yeah, okay. You can't stop those bitches once they start writing. She's gonna be the most fucked up little girl in the entire world, and I love that for her. Thank you, Coco. Julian. Obviously Fairy, he would fit into really well. I think Psychic as well. I'm kind of leaning towards Fairy. Sylveon is very important to this man. Look at his hoodie. He could also definitely be a bug type trainer in my opinion. Somebody who wants to help the little ones that don't get a lot of attention. Bug type Pokemon never get the attention they deserve. Julian would definitely work well with a Klefki in a team, I believe. Justice for Shiinotic as well, who wasn't in Scarlet and Violet and would work amazingly with this motherfucker. Justice for Shiinotic. I miss you every day, baby girl. I miss you. Shiinotic never even got any merch either. It just pisses me off beyond repair. Anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying that Julian is a fairy type, and even I can't argue with that, okay? Diana. Diana has such that sophisticated vibe. One of my best friends, incredible, has never wronged me in my life. She looks like she's the inventor of those Bath & Body Works body lotions that have glitter in them and they make you look glittery. I want you to hear me out. I want you to hear me out. I want you to think for a minute. I want you to really just become in tune with me, okay? Just give me a chance here. Give me a goddamn chance, will you? I'm gonna put her in water type. I think Diana would be an incredible water type trainer. I feel like she is the hunter for the red Gyarados. I feel like she has been running through trying to get a shiny Piplup. Everything about her screams water, and I think it's the way that she just flows. Her entire design just flows really well. There's not very many sharp edges other than her eyeliner, which, you know what? That's a fucking slay. I'm sorry, there's nothing else about it. Diana reminds me of somebody who just perfectly blends together, and I feel like I get that from a lot of the water type design. She's just a girl out in the world, and she is going to use surf on you and you're gonna die. Next we have Dom, and I feel like I have a very immediate idea for him. A very fucking immediate idea. There's nothing else I can say about it. Dom is a rock type trainer. I feel like a lot of the rock type trainers in the past couple Pokemon games have been big old himbos, and that is what Dom is, but I also just feel like he would be very fascinated by rocks moving around. That's something that would just mess up his brain so bad that he had to become a rock type trainer. He is very, very stupid, but God, does he love his little rocks. He loves his little crystal collection. He thinks that these guys are just really cool factors of evolution. He doesn't know what the hell a Pokemon is, but sure, he'll battle with you. He wants you to be very, very kind with his Pokemon, one which is named Woo, and he wants you to understand that the gym badge that he is giving you is made by hand out of construction paper, and you can't let it get into water, it'll wilt. And he's a jock. He's always talking about his rock hard abs. Okay, this guy is a rock type. He would train with rock types. He is a rock type. Everything about him is rock hard. No. No. No, I didn't say that. Flora, whose head is cut off in this picture for some reason. Great. Thank you, Flora. I'm glad that I can see the bottom of your beak. That's really helpful. That's giving me all I need. Flora is the exact opposite of traits. She's like the absence of traits. You know how like darkness is the absence of light? Nothing about her has any sort of effect on my brain. When I look at her, it's just blankness. It's like looking at a shirt in the middle of Target that has nothing on it. It's just blank. It's hard to classify something like that, and that's why I'm gonna put her in normal. I mean, what else? I mean, then what else? Where else am I supposed to put her? Plus, it's the flying/normal category, and she could also go into flying because, you know, flamingo shit. I wish you luck on finding traits, baby girl. Maybe eat some of that herba mystica. I don't know. Something about it will probably help you. There's just nothing I can do for you at this point in time. Cookie. Oh my god. Cookie seems like such a bitch to me, but in a way that I could definitely respect it. Not that I would tolerate it, but I would respect it. I would say she's getting what she needs to get, and I can appreciate that. I'm not somebody who's going to take you down for your successes, and Cookie has succeeded. Whether it was legal or not in the way she succeeded, we don't know. And Cookie is pointing to a couple different types for me, and I will explain that to you, okay? I get grass type vibes from her due to I feel like she would be somebody who would be very in tune with plants, but I'm also getting electric from her. I feel like she's an electric type because something about her reminds me of Iono from Scarlet and Violet. She gives me very bright, exciting vibes, and that's what I get from electric. Electric is a very fun, happy type to me, and it can also kick ass, which I appreciate. I don't know that she would be necessarily good against Diana. I feel like Diana would still figure out a way to get her ass, but I appreciate her. You need somebody with a lot of sparkle to command an electric team, in my opinion. And Cookie has that. Cookie has that it factor. She lived in a hole for 3 months, actually, and she survived just fine. And if that doesn't give you electric type trainer vibes, what does? Cookie's going in electric type. I don't even know why I mentioned grass. It's electric. It was always going to be electric. Yeah, whoever made this list, I'm very concerned, actually. Since when is Weber here? I have never heard somebody say Weber with like excitement in their eyes. I have never seen somebody say Weber and then their pupils get larger. Weber is somebody that I forget about until I'm forced to interact with him, so I don't know why he's here, but we're gonna rank him anyway because I guess when you show up you get a badge. I don't know. Weber's interesting to me. I don't know whether the expression on his face is fear or disorientation or maybe lust. I can't really tell here. Something about him is off-putting. He feels like he can see right into your skull. He's looking at you. He can think about you without even thinking about you. He knows what you are. Weber is the homophobic dog if he was a duck. He's the homophobic duck, aka the duck from the duck song. I'm gonna put him in bug type though, and not in a good way that I feel like other villagers have given me bug type vibes. He just gives me bad bug type vibes. Like he's gonna have the most hideous Pokemon you've ever seen in your life, and he's gonna laugh when you're like, what the fuck is that? What the hell did you bring near me? Is it gonna bite? Weber, please get out. You were never welcomed here in the first place. And that is from somebody who loves the bug type. Get your bitches out of here. Fang. Ice. Alright, that man is cold as ice. He has such a calculating stare in his eyes. He is so fine-tuned in his Pokemon training. He's one of the masters. He's an Elite Four member. You're gonna want to save your game before this and turn off autosave so you can keep refreshing over and over again when you keep losing to him. He's a good friend of Cynthia. Something about him gives off vibes that he knows how to money launder, but we're not going to talk about that. Even the color scheme works perfectly. Look, he's got a little snowflake sweater on. He has been training ice-type Pokemon his entire life. He has a Frosmoth friend. You can get a different sense of life through an ice-type. Whitney. I feel like I could also put Whitney in ice type, but I don't really want to. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. There's something different about her. She's a different person from this ice type, you know? I could honestly see Whitney as a really good ghost type trainer. I'm gonna say it, yeah. Whitney gives me the vibes that she is very in tune with the supernatural, very in tune with all of these Pokemon that have come from very dire circumstances that eat up those negative emotions. And the reason I say that is because I feel like she has such good control over her own emotions. She's really good at keeping the fear away. You know how dogs can sense when people are scared? So can Pokemon. She makes sure that they know that nothing bad is going to happen to them, that they are going to win this battle. Her confidence is what keeps them at bay so well. And I feel like Whitney is also a bad bitch who would definitely be fine with living in like a catacomb or something. Absolute ghost type, 100% cold, calculating, good at handling herself. Lily. Is there any way I could not put this little girl in grass? This is a grass type Pokemon herself. She is hopping around being a grass type Pokemon. She's not even a grass type trainer. She just is a Pokemon. This little lady, she was born from an egg. Can you believe it? Can you believe it with your own eyes? Do you see it? I see it. I remember her first birthday when she was just a little tadpole. Lily deserves to be her own grass type enigma. She is a starter. Fuck a water type frog. Fuck Froakie. This is the new frog starter. Lily is the frog starter of all time. She's like the Litten to the Sprigatito pipeline, you know? She's so kind and sweet, which I feel like a lot of the grass designs are. A lot of the grass designs give off such calming vibes to me, which is great because then they beat your ass and it's funny. I love Lily so much, and there's no other place she should be other than in a grass type gym running around getting enrichment. Flurry. Oh my god, it's Flurry. Yeah, absolutely not. I know her name is Flurry. Flurry is a demon. Flurry is my least favorite motherfucker on this planet. We could get into a scrap right now. Look at her green eyebrows. What the hell are you talking about? Get out of here. Leave me alone. Why did you need to be ranked right now? God, she's awful. It's so sinister. It's really so sinister that she's here. She is producing and making methamphetamine right now. Did you know that? I'm just saying, did you know? Were you aware of this? Because I was. I knew it from the start. I really don't like this woman. I'm gonna put her in fighting. She seems like she wants to fight. She's staring at me like she wants to start a scrap outside of a Macy's. She's gonna fight me for the last Black Friday TV that I wasn't even trying to get. I was trying to get a Squishmallow behind it. She's gonna give me a lockjaw for weeks. I'm never gonna be able to sip or drink. I'm gonna have to eat mushy food just because of this woman. She would be the opposing team. And not in a cool Team Rocket type way. No, absolutely not. She's a bitch. Fuck you, Flurry. Oh my god, it's Sky. The thing is... Flying is the easy choice, and I'm gonna put her in flying anyway just because I just want to see her entire team of Altarias flourish. There is no way that this woman would not be an Altaria caretaker. They are one and the same. They give me the same vibes together. And if there's one thing a Pokemon trainer loves to do, it's to have a fancy-ass outfit that matches their aesthetic, and nothing better could be said for Sky. She is the sky. She is flying around. She is the person that drops all the raindrops on you every morning. You will not get past this woman. If you didn't know, Poppy is my favorite villager of all time. She is extremely important to me. This woman has raised me from a child. She is incredible. Poppy has a good heart. Poppy is kind. Poppy is wonderful. And I feel like I need to really do her justice here. She's got a strong-willed conscience. She is going to be kind to you. She's going to treat her Pokemon wonderfully. And I need to put her in fire. I gotta put her in fire. I love all of the fire type trainers. The fire type trainers are some of my favorites, and Poppy would absolutely be the kind of person who's going to take a little Litleo into her arms and hug it tightly. Have you ever seen Cyndaquil? She came up with Cyndaquil. She was the god who invented Cyndaquil. Poppy, I love you so much. Thank you for your contribution to society with being a fire type trainer. And you know, fire type trainers I feel like are one of the most capable to beat your ass because fire is such a good strong type, and she definitely wants to win, but in a way that she is so humble about it. She reminds me of Nimona. She's giving me very kind but will rearrange your bones kind of vibes, and I appreciate that from anybody. Thank you, Poppy. You're incredible. Filbert. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, hi Filbert. How's it going? The dead stare into my eyes is just so comforting. I appreciate it, buddy. He's trying to like put something into my brain right now. I'm not gonna let it happen. This guy would definitely be involved in like Legends Arceus trying to get you back through that time portal, and by that I mean into the past. He was the one responsible for putting you into the past, not Arceus. I don't know. He's off-putting. He's off-putting to me. Something about him. I had Filbert, and I didn't find him that off-putting when I had him, but slowly over time he's just become more sinister looking to me. I can't put my heart and soul into him without feeling like it's slightly wrong. I'm gonna say that Filbert's a fairy type. I feel like he would get along really, really well in that sphere. I feel like the fairy type trainers would immediately accept him. He's a very stat move focused motherfucker, you know? He's gonna lower your attack to where you can't even make a dent on anybody, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I am not the kind of person who uses status moves, and I know that's stupid, but I don't care. I'm not gonna waste any time. If it doesn't do any damage, my brain isn't gonna fire anymore, and I'll be dead in a minute. It might be the cheeks too. The rosy cheeks, they might be giving me that fairy vibe. I don't know, but I feel like he looks good next to Julian anyway. Like these three, imagine facing off against these three. That would be the most hellish minute of your life. Ketchup. Right. I had Ketchup for many moons, in fact. She was a villager that actually stayed around quite a while on my last island, and I enjoyed her presence for a little bit until I got tired of her. Ketchup has a very distinctly undescribable personality, and I think that that is 100% a poison type trainer vibe. Poison type trainers give me something in my brain that makes me think I will never be able to understand them no matter how much education I get in my life. I could be Jesus Christ himself and never get what's going on in a poison trainer's head. Instead of being able to stare into her soul, I feel like I can stare into like complete blackest black. It's opaque in there. It's like having tinted windows when a cop drives by. That's how I feel about Ketchup. I will never know her well enough to be able to decipher that, and that is so poison type to me. Pashmina. Ooh. Dark type. Pashmina, immediate dark type. Look into her eyes for a second. Just like visualize with me. Feel her stare on you. She is so mad at everything, and she wanted to go to the Pokemon that had the worst reputation. She wanted to rehabilitate them. She was somebody who was looking to take them in. She made a sanctuary for them, and now she owns the world's largest population of shiny ass Gengar, okay? I love you, Pashmina. Can you believe it? This is our dark type trainer. In the next region is just going to be the middle of the forest, by the way. It's not going to be based on a country. It's just going to be the middle of the forest. Why is Isabel here? Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you got a little bit of time off from the office. I feel your gaze weakening. I feel like you're about to pass out because you saw sunlight for the first time. That's worrying to me, baby girl. Maybe you should go back in. I don't know. I hope you're okay. Something is so wrong here. She should not be outside without being like coaxed into it first, like a dog going into a new house. Let Isabel smell the sunlight through the door a little bit. first, please. I'm begging you. Grass? I feel very strongly about her being a grass type. I know I said that with a lot of hesitation, but the second I put her in, it felt right. She is so obsessed with flowers. This girl will tell you to put more flowers in until you look like you're Danny in Midsummer. This girl wants you to be surrounded. Floette stan. Go ahead, Isabel. Tell it. Tell us all how you got Florges in the first stage of the game. I get it. Bangle. I've never really thought about Bangle, to be honest with you. I haven't. I've never given Bangle a second thought, Pokemon trainer-wise, but I need to think about it now. I need to get in tune with myself. Okay, I'm in tune with myself now. She is dragon. She's dragon. There's nothing else about it. She would have the most amazing team of dragon Pokemon you've ever seen in your life. I'm getting Salamence a lot from her too. I've always said, and I feel like it is one of my finest observations, that Octavian looks like a fist. So obviously I need to put him in fighting. Plus, who wouldn't want to fight with this man? Who doesn't just want to get their palms out and go wild? I hate Octavian. I just hate him. He stalks me every villager hunt. He wants me to suffer. He knows that I'm looking for a fight, but I cannot do it. I will get put in jail. And that's why he decides to taunt me every single day. He's a master of manipulation. Octavian for prison 2022 or 2023. Whenever you're watching this, it's late in the year. Like, do we have enough time to get him into prison by the end of 2022? If not, 2023 works, but like make it quick, you know? I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to have a normal year next year. Clay. His design is so well done that I feel like he could go into pretty much any category. I am feeling a very specific draw to steel for Clay. I feel like he knows that Clay is easily breakable by steel and he wants to command those forces to do good by him. You know, it's like getting in good with the mob. He just wants to keep himself safe, but I feel like he also has a soft spot for steel Pokemon because he knows how they feel. He knows what it's like to be a material. He knows what it's like to be formed out of something. Just like the steel type Pokemon, I feel like he could have a great bond with them. He is a very special father figure to them, but he is taking the leap to also keep himself safe while looking badass. I feel like he looks immediately amazing. Melba. Oh, my baby. I love Melba. Melba is extremely important to me. This girl has been on every single perfume campaign that Marc Jacobs has done for 8 years. Even the Daisy one, which is extremely creepy to me. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just weird. The chanting of Daisy into the microphone is too odd to me. She is a very soft girl. She is very soft to look at. She is pleasing and calming to look at, which makes it hard for me to categorize her because I am scared of every single Pokemon type. Let me think here. I could almost see this girl as a sweet little bug type trainer. I think I'm gonna go with bug type. She really gives me bug type vibes. Everything about her. I feel like she is really especially interested in butterfly Pokemon. I feel like Vivillon is very special to her. Maybe even a little bit of a Venomoth moment, I would say. She would have like a net over her shoulder at all times. That's really cute. I wish I could be a net bitch. I wish I could have a net over my shoulder at all times, and she's the only person that I feel like could truly pull it off. Eric. Oh my god. He's just a little gingerbread cookie of a man, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I like gingerbread cookies in real life, but do I want them in the form of a human person, even though he's a deer? I'm not talking about deer right now. I'm talking about human people. If somebody acted like a gingerbread, would I like them? I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. Obviously, he immediately gives me cold vibes because he's just a little Christmas man. However, I don't want to put him in ice. He's not cold enough for ice. He's not brutal enough for ice. He wouldn't fit in well with Fang, you know? He's not going to be there. He's giving off to me like normal type trainer vibes. I feel like he doesn't really go deep into the biology of Pokemon. He's not going to be a professor. He's just trying to train a couple Pokemon to have follow him around, and I respect that. You know, not all of us can be champions. Somebody had to take on that role, Eric, and I respect you for doing so. He is just the novice Pokemon trainer, and that's okay. He goes for mostly normals because he's scared of the fact that he could possibly get his soul stolen by a ghost type Pokemon. That's fine, whatever, do you, I guess. Eric is the normal of the year. He is the normal man of the year. He would be really good friends with Larry. This is just a normal man. Tangy. You want to look me in the eye right now? You want to look me in the eye right now and tell me that this woman isn't a fire type trainer? She has the personality of a spark that lights a can of gas on fire. She is both the gasoline and the spark, and she would have so much fun with fire types. Even though she is completely flammable, she is taking them on. She wants to be flammable. She wants to have the danger involved. She wants the adrenaline. This is the girl you meet in hell. This is the Pokemon battle that you were not ready for and you walk out losing and shaking and crying. She has so much experience under her belt, but she looks so unassuming until you talk to her and she's yelling right in your face. Tangy is in your walls and she will set them on fire. Apple. My worst enemy. I mean, not anymore. Apple is certainly not my worst enemy anymore. I've had much worse enemies at this point, which is not a good look for me. But Apple was the OG enemy. Apple was the first person who made me want to rip my hair out and send it to her in the mail. And that's why she deserves a very special spot. She goes in psychic for psychological manipulation that she has inflicted on me. Does she not look like she eats your thoughts and serotonin molecules for breakfast? She's just snacking on them. That's the reason her eyes look so weirdly round, is because she is filled with chemicals. Microplastics, she says every single day. This woman is so horrifying to me. And I love a psychic type. I really do. I'm a psychic fan. Maple, my beloved. Alright. Oh my god, this is hard. I feel like Maple is so caring about Pokemon. She would work at the Pokemon nursery. I don't have a tier for that, but she would be a Pokemon nursery person, or maybe even working at a Pokemon picnic center. She is very important to me. She is very revered in the community for taking good care of everybody. She is kind. She knows how to make sure that your Pokemon have good friendship with you. I think Maple would probably be a ground type trainer. Again, I'm not saying this in a bad way, even though I don't like ground types. I'm saying this because I love her. I love her so much, and I think she would be very close to the earth, very close to the natural side of Pokemon. You're a saint, Maple. I'm proud of you. I could also see her in normal, but she's a little bit too well versed in Pokemon to be just a normal lover, if you know what I mean. Pietro. Oh my god, could you imagine battling Pietro for a gym battle? That would be the best. That would be incredible. Pietro in Pokemon now, right now, I beg of you. There is something so special and important about this, but I'm gonna put him in poison, absolutely. Are you kidding me? This motherfucker has every toxin under his belt, and he will drink them all at once and be fine because he's been microdosing it for years. He is immune to everything, and he has been bitten by more Pokemon than you have ever seen in your life. If you don't have a complete Pokedex, you have not been bitten by all of the Pokemon that he has. Pietro has a special relationship to those that can kill you, and he will not let them kill you, but he'll think about it. That's what I love about poison Pokemon. They're like, yes, we will absolutely give you a deadly disease, but whatever, it's cool, you know, here's your badge. Punchy. Interesting. This is a very interesting thing for me. Punchy is currently on my island, as is Tangy. I forgot to mention that. But Punchy is a current resident, so I feel like I'm still just getting to know him. I'm getting to know his personality, but by the first impressions that I've had from him, he really gives me flying type vibes. He seems like somebody who would have Pokemon floating around him at all times, you know? You know when you just get vibes from somebody that they would have something floating around them like a halo? That's what I get from Punchy. He would be a really big Starly fan, even though he just met his first Starly on the first route, and he was very extremely excited. He was just a little kid, and that Starly has been with him the whole time. I feel like he'd also like Badoo, which is not a flying type, but I just feel very strongly about the fact that he would like Badoo. He would also be one of the starter gyms that you beat, like the first gym you get into to give you a practice run. He's kind. He wants everybody to be involved in the world of Pokemon, so he will treat you nicely so that you don't run away. He does not want champion status, even though he's already gotten it. He just wants more people to be introduced to Pokemon, which I think is a very valiant effort. Thank you, Punchy. Apollo. Steel. 100%. I'm sorry, every steel type Pokemon could be condensed into this man. He is the literal walking embodiment of Animal Crossing Corviknight. This guy knows steel, he knows metal, and I think that he is one of the trainers I absolutely wouldn't like. I feel like they would make him to be a bitch. They would make him to be a nasty man. And I guess that has to be present in every single game, but I would not trust Apollo for a second. He would be the one who was like begrudgingly helping you at the end of the story. He is not going to be sticking his neck out for you. He's going to be like, do I really have to come? Do I really have to save the world from this rabid Pokemon? Do I really? Get over yourself. Come, help. Help. Your house is literally being smashed right now. What's wrong with you? Do you have such an ego that you can't come out and help a small child? Tia! Oh my god, my beloved. I love Tia so much. This is the human version of Sinisty, but I'm not gonna put her in ghost type. Hear me out. This is a water type girly. Tia is absolutely a water type, and I'm not just saying that because she's a teapot, but I am just saying that because she's a teapot. She is great at feeling out water temperatures, making the perfect habitat for water type Pokemon. She knows everything about water type attacks, how to manipulate water in the correct way, just straight from her blood. She's a water type. You could also probably say steel, but I'm not gonna say steel. Tia is a resourceful Pokemon trainer. She's a user of items. She's going out and getting experience candies instead of grinding for hours. There is nobody that you can learn more information from than Tia. Anka. Anka is one of the best villager designs ever, I would say. She just gives so much character in that one design, and I love her so much. She will not take shit. She will steal from your store without even being sorry about it. I appreciate her. I'm gonna say that she is a dark type trainer. I feel like she would be really excited to see something that is normally perceived as creepy or perceived as on the eviler side of things, when dark type Pokemon aren't necessarily that. They're just dark types. She is the black cat lover of this whole thing. She does not believe in those stupid curses or anything like that. She is here to see a dark type Pokemon win. And I feel like she would just have such an incredible presence in the battlefield. Are you kidding me? You see that walk up, you are immediately struck by awe. She would be able to take anybody down just because of that, and I feel like that's a fantastic skill to have. Anka is a dark type through and through, and you cannot prove me otherwise. I'm sorry. Fauna, oh my god, this is hard for me. Fauna is a really interesting case. I don't even know where she would fit. I feel like she wouldn't even be a Pokemon trainer, which would normally have me put her in normal, but I'm not gonna do that because I feel like she is a good watcher from afar of Pokemon. She doesn't have any, but she still likes them. She still has an interest in them, and that's why she's staying away from them, because she understands that they're a big commitment and she doesn't have the time for that right now. She is running her little bakery and she doesn't have time. She wants to give her Pokemon her all and she just cannot commit to that right now. So she is staying away, but she is a passive, interested observer. And I think she would be most an observer of grass types, because I feel like grass types have a lot of very interesting designs, and she would see them and be like, oh my god, I want a plush of that, and keep it in her room and study them up a little bit, but never getting close enough to quite interact with them. Rosie, my beloved, this little girl, the queen of Animal Crossing. She is the spokes cat for Animal Crossing. She has a million modeling contracts and she will not be renewing any of them, and they will all be pining for her. Rosie is definitely a Pokemon celebrity in my opinion, maybe the former champion, maybe, I don't know. So I feel like she would have a lot of experience with every single type, but if she had to pick one type that she would stay with, I think that it would be dragon. I think that she would be really into dragon types, but I think she is so well-rounded and well-versed. She has been with every Pokemon and she has a special place in her heart for every type. She is a celebrity. She is the person that you're gonna see on the news talking about Pokemon battling and being featured in commercials. She is the woman of the year. Goldie, oh my god. Hi Goldie, hi sweetheart. How's it going? How's the kids? How are you feeling? I love Goldie so much. She is not one of my favorite Animal Crossing villagers, but she's one of those that I really just have a special place for, you know? Everybody loves Goldie for a reason. She is important to the lore. She is important to the atmosphere. She has such an Animal Crossing-esque look to her. She's really the blueprint for every other aesthetic in Animal Crossing. She's just a staple. That's what she is. She is a staple. She is going to be reliable. She's going to be there for you always. She's going to be the person you can pull up for almost anything. You can call her in the dead of night and ask a favor and she will be there, which is why I would say ground type. She's just all reliable. She really is. She is the person that you can pull out for anything. She is the person you would trust with all of your secrets, because who the hell is she going to tell? Nobody cares, you know? She is important in your team. She is overlooked, but she is important. And that's why she is a ground type to me. Judy! God damn it. I didn't want all of these to be predictable. I tried. Yeah, she's a psychic type. Sorry, like, where else did you want me to put her, alright? This is the amalgamation of every single psychic type trainer you've ever seen in a Pokemon game put into a blender and put into a mold, and the mold was Judy shaped, and now it's Judy. There is nowhere else I can put her. This is the easiest one possible. The colors, the look on her face, the smugness, the absolute knowing of what you have done in your life that is wrong and that could get you in jail. And I stand by that. I stand by the fact that you can't prove me wrong here. You could maybe go with Fairy, but that's still this category, so what else do you want from me? You want money? I don't have any money. Lolly, oh, I feel like I never get to see Lolly enough. I just see her every once in a while and I'm like, you are so in my heart, you are so in my mind at all times, but I never get to give her the appreciation she deserves, unfortunately. That's very sad to me. She deserves a lot more attention. She is the epitome of cat, and I love that so much. There's nothing more comforting than this woman who looks like she would be in an ad for baby toys. She is so calm and smooth. She reminds me a lot of Diana in the way that she has a very easy to look at design. She is so perfectly made, so I'm gonna put her in water. She is very water typey to me, and not just because of the blue, but the blue is a part of it. She is good at keeping herself in check and being very sweet and kind and helping others along while still claiming her crown. She wants that championship, but she is gonna get it slow and steady instead of trying to win the race, if you know what I mean. Man, what the hell am I supposed to do here? It's Lucky. Dude, what do you want from me? Ghost. He's dead. He's a dead man. What else? You think he's gonna go with anybody other than his kin? Anyway, Marina! Oh my god, I love Marina so much. What a cutie. What an adorable little girl. An absolute trouble causer though too, which I love. I think that's such a good trait to have as a Pokemon trainer. Causing shit, causing problems. You need a little bit of that fire in your veins. Making everybody go insane. She is really making sure that you're getting a workout with every battle. She wants to battle you constantly. She's at your door asking to battle. Because you just almost lost last time and now you're weak and weary and she's like, let's go again. Huh? Prove it. Prove you can withstand anyway. I love that. I love a girl that gets what she wants, and I would say that she would be a fighting type trainer. There should be more good fighting type Pokemon, but I think she would love them no matter how they looked because they had the strength. She likes a strong Pokemon. She likes a Pokemon that can kick ass physically. Not just some psychic Pokemon, not just some electric Pokemon. She wants a Pokemon with 2 fists and a will to fight. She will get you down to the ground. Even if she doesn't win the battle, your Pokemon is still gonna look like shit afterward because her Pokemon beat it the fuck up. Marshall. Marshall's a dark type trainer. Are you kidding me? He would love dark types. Marshall would be drawn to a dark type, something sinister lurking that he feels like he could fix. I feel like he's I can handle dark types. Not everybody can, but I can. I can handle anything. We get it, Marshall. You got a good score on your SATs, whatever. Leave me alone. He is looking into the eyes of a little dark Pokemon and he is saying, who hurt you? Buddy, he's a Pokemon. He's a dark type Pokemon. Nobody hurt him. Meringue. She gives me such alchemy vibes, like she would work so well with alchemy. I love alchemy as well. She is so magical and sweet, which immediately makes me move towards fairy. And I was gonna think about it a little more, but no, yeah, she's fairy. Sorry. Could you not see her rallying a sweet little team of Jigglypuffs? Could you not see it? She could be surrounded by pink and look amazing doing it. She has an aesthetic down. Nobody does it in that same unsuspectingly sweet way as Meringue does. 100%. Molly. Oh my god. It's Molly. Molly is such a kind looking person. I would let her sleep in my house. If it was like the movie Barbarian and I was seeing her in the Airbnb, I would feel completely safe sleeping in there. Molly is somebody who could not hurt a fly unless it was Pokemon battling, and then she could probably hurt a cutie fly if she really had to, but she would feel so bad about it. I would say with my whole chest right here, right now, that Molly is a rock type trainer. I feel like she would be very interested in rocks. She would be very interested in that natural formation vibe of it all. Interested in the history behind these rock Pokemon, interested in the academic points, because I feel like evolution-wise, rock Pokemon could give you such a cool insight, and she would be very interested in that. She would be very interested in what they could tell us about the past. Molly, you're doing great, sweetie. I can't wait to see all of your discoveries. I can't wait for you to be the next scientific journal header. Oh my god, it's business major time. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. He haunts me. This man haunts me. He's on every top 10 list, and yet I saw him trying to sell crypto to an old lady at the thrift store the other day. Nasty. Fire type. I feel like he would see fire type Pokemon and be like, ah, fire destroys everything. Fire is obviously going to be the best choice. He doesn't even look at type matchups. He's just thinking here, okay, how can I cause the most destruction? What is the best low budget option? You need to have a good team of Pokemon from varying types, Raymond. Your one little fire type that you trained up to level 36 because you heard that was all you need is not going to be enough, buddy. Stop. Get some help. All right? Be a better Pokemon trainer because fire types are worth training. Fire types are fantastic, but not in your hands. Rold has killed. He will kill again. He is an ice type. He's a penguin, sorry. That was the first thing that came to mind, but I swear that that's not what I meant by ice type. I think that he just feels no remorse for anything he does. He could freeze a Pokemon alive and be okay with it. He is not going to be sitting there trembling, helping you heal up your Pokemon. He's going to stare blankly at you, and then once your Pokemon are all defeated, he's going to walk away. Like nothing happened. Like he doesn't even feel bad. Almost in a sociopath way, but I think it's more that he just doesn't give a shit. You know, it's not that he doesn't understand, he just doesn't care. Also, I see him being a very big fan of Avalugg. I don't know why. Avalugg, Glalie. I hate Glalie. I hate Glalie. I'm sorry, I just hate him. There is no turning back when you're a Glalie fan, and I'm sorry to say it. It's just not gonna happen. Fuck you, man. Scoot. That is a poison type if I've ever seen one in my life, okay? He is pure like chloroform toxic poison. You know, I feel like there's different types of poison Pokemon. There's like those that seem like they are natural poisons, that seem like they are something that arose from the earth. He is just nuclear waste. He is just Chernobyl. He is weaponizing his own neon green color into being able to power up his Pokemon like it's some kind of stat boost. It's awful. It's actually very illegal in Pokemon battles to do that, but he's using the own sweat from his skin to power them up, and that's a little scary. You know, I feel like he should be contained. He's causing radiation poisoning across Paldea. I don't like that. That's not right. That's not nice. I also used to have Scoot and he was horrifying, so keep your poison Pokemon away from me, even though I am a very big poison Pokemon fan. I love you, poison Pokemon. I just don't want to interact with anything that has been trained by you, buddy. Absolutely not. Sherb. Sherba Mystica. Sherb is so adorable, but I know of his sinister side. I know of Amanda's Sherb. I know of his lust for blood and guts and bones and to chew on a bone and swallow a bone. I feel like he is a very bone-fueled person. His vibes are interesting to me, and that's why I would say that he would probably be a steel-type trainer. He is the antithesis, though, the complete opposite of Apollo's steel-type trainer vibes. He is the person Apollo hates in the workplace. He will not make coffee for Apollo. These two hate each other. There is massive beef. And Sherb is into steel because he feels like it's unbreakable. It is not capable of sin. Steel type is something that is man-made, something that cannot be controlled by nature, and he likes that. He likes the thrill of that. He wants something that cannot be tampered with by outside sources, and he feels like steel will not be. Stitches! Oh my god. This is hard. I feel like Pokemon in and of itself could be comprised of Stitches. Stitches could be ripped into 800 parts and become all of the Pokemon, you know? This guy fucks. Stitches is a ghost type, though. Stitches is absolutely a ghost type. I feel like he embodies so much of every Pokemon, but he is also a haunted doll in and of itself. He is haunted. He is a creature that has magic embedded into his skin. There is something in him that is not necessarily a sinister or nefarious type of magic, but it is a type of magic that is powerful and can be harmful if used in the wrong way. And I feel like he would be very publicized. He would be very much a spokesman for ghost type trainers. He would have a lot of spotlight on him due to his personal connections. Stitches, you're gonna be the very best like no one ever was. Zucker. For some weird reason, I'm getting electric vibes from him. I can't explain it. This is an electric man. This man is very interested in electric type Pokemon. I see him hanging out with a lot of Yampers. I see him finding his way around a Jolteon. He is interested in the science behind it. He knows that these Pokemon are very powerful and he wants to treat them with the same respect. He is respectful to these Pokemon. He wants to build a team that is not only very aesthetically pleasing and would be good for Instagram, but one that can fight if needed. He's not too focused on that. He's more focused on the collecting part of Pokemon. He's a very good trainer all around because he puts his Pokemon first. He is absolutely very interested in electric type Pokemon, and I'm proud of him for that. Good job, Zucker. You are treating them perfectly. That is all 50 of the top villagers put into different Pokemon types. Wow, we did it. Are you proud of me? I'm so tired. It's so late. It's so fucking late. I need to go to bed. Where would you put your favorite villager in terms of what Pokemon type they would be? Are you enjoying Scarlet and Violet? Is this video trashy? Have a good day, my friends. Stay safe, stay wonderful. I will link this tier list down in the description if you want to use it. Thank you to all of my members. I love you. Goodbye.